Hey everybody, it's Ben the Coin Geek at Old Pueblo Coin, and everybody was coin roll hunting. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. So, this is something that I really don't do often. It's not my type of thing. Coin roll hunting here, 24 pre-1964 Franklins. But the reality is that I actually, um, you know, coin roll hunt every day as I open these packages. And one of the things that we do here at the coin shop is as we open packages and go through stuff, occasionally I say, you know what, I'm just going to pause right there and I'm going to open this up for people to see and just kind of see what I get to see here. You can see how people would label things. And also the educational portion of this is really you start to get a feel for what toning looks like originally and kind of what coins look like based on things that were in old wrappers. So these three rolls all came in together. We're going to have a little bit of fun on a couple different levels. And let's go through it and let's see what's in here. Now obviously the way this was labeled, 24 pre-64, and it says Franklin on it, but you can see that that's not a Franklin on the back side here. That's actually a Kennedy. So first of all, we'll see if there was 24 because that's a thing. I'm just going to undo this thusly, the one that was already out of there. So we'll do 2, 4, this is how I count, but not with gloves. This is why I don't wear gloves. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 23, and 1 is 24. Let's take a look and see what was in this tube, this roll. If they are all similar. Now some of you who are good with coinage, understand that there is 20 coins to a roll here when you're doing half dollars. And so obviously this was like an extended roll. Someone said, hey, I can fit more than 20 coins in here, so I will. 1963 Denver. And I'm just looking to see how full those bell lines are, and they're not really full. One of the other things that people look for, of course, when they're looking at these is they're always looking for different types of varieties. I don't have the book with me here, but there's a lot of different types of double dies on the Franklin series. So we got a 63, this end coin I wanted to look at again. This is also a 63 Denver, but also just so you get a feel for kind of what the toning will look like that is on top of some of that old paper toning. And just note that the interior coins here, we'll see how many of them are toned over, but currently not so much. But one of my things that I do like to point out to people is looking at the edges of the coins. These all have this same kind of grungy look to them. Toned, the edges are toned. And so one of the things is when you get these rolls in from eBay and the edges are not toned over, or there's a disparity. So what you'll see is, oh man, I don't have any of the other coins with me right now, but what you'll see is you'll see some of the coins will be toned over and some will be bright in the middle. You'll just see a different there won't be any consistency to what it looks like. And that's a whole thing there. So let's fly through these things. I don't know how coin roll hunters do things because I don't watch their videos, but I will say that we'll take a look and see kind of if this is mixed up or this is all the same. I mean, it feels like we're getting a 1963D roll out of this. We'll see here. There's 3, a little bit of iridescence on that one. That'd be 4, 5. I feel like the count right now. 6 Franklin halves. All right. Oh, wait a second. I gotta look at the dates here. That is not a 3, folks. 1961. Also, these coins are mostly new, but like this this guy here looks a little bit more like what you'd call a slider. You see the finish, the surface finish on that guy and how it has like a frazzled, freckled look to it. That is incomplete luster on that coin. It has a lot of slide action to it. That is not uncirculated. Same with this 61 here. Just a touch of a touch of that going on compared to if I grab one of these 63s here. You see the difference on that? Now, when the light is right in your eyeballs, you can't tell. You get blinded by the light, and but when it's at an off angle, you can kind of see just how there is. I derailed myself singing. There is a lack of luster. Now we got a 62. Also looks like a Denver here, and another 62. This guy's really got a good look to it. So we're getting a pretty broad mixture of 60s so far. 61, 2, and 3. Oh my! God bless you. Looks like somebody sneezed on that guy. By the way, just as a matter of coin conservation, you know, we talk about that sometimes. This is why people conserve coins or restore them, because that not only is that not going anywhere, that'll spread. You know, that'll spread. So you know, you might want to pull those things apart a little bit and get them cleaned off, as someone might say. Here we go. Here's something finally from the 50s. Also just kind of an AU coin. Not full luster. And there's the Denver mint mark. For those of you who don't know, the mint marks are right above the bell. The Liberty Bell. I got to go to the Musical Instrument Museum in Scottsdale, sidebar, and they actually had a group of church bells from the 1600s. Maybe they were from the 1500s. They were epic, different sizes, and they actually were showing a video of how they could be played. So it was pretty cool. Let's see here. AUs, 62, 63. See, there's that difference between AU and BU. See how that pops, that 1960? I think that's the first 1960 we've seen. And a 61, also a nice BU coin. So kind of all over the place as far as what's in this roll. And by that, I mean, so far we've got like a 5-year window. So all over the place is maybe not a great term. I was going to mention on here how the holder says pre-64, which means it was probably put together after silver was taken out, because no one would have labeled it that otherwise. That coin's got a little bit more wear to it, that 1960 and the 62. That 60 is probably closer to an extra fine than an AU. And we've got some more. We got AUs, BUs, 58, and there's 164. So 58 to 63 on that group. Kind of all over the place. Now, I wanted to talk about these holders because I thought they were pretty cool. Once again, I feel like these rolls are from the mid-60s because you wouldn't have labeled them 64 and earlier otherwise. But I will also say that Bank of America, NT, and SA, so I mean, that's really unusual to see, like the National Trusts and Savings Association, or whatever the NTSA stood for in this situation. And the telephone number apparently was 35X. I don't know, 972? I mean, what's that telephone number? So actual older holders, not pretend older holders like you'll see sometimes. Like how the fact that P.O. Box has more digits than the phone number, apparently. All right, let's see if we can get this guy pushed out. Now, this one is labeled Franklin/Liberty, Liberty crossed out. So we'll see if these are more Frankies. Let's get some gravity. Come on, gravity. Don't fail me now. You've hurt me enough in the past. Here we go. Okay. So, more Frankies. More Cirque 60s. It's really interesting. So, almost all of the 60s have been kind of like AU coins. And most of those like 62s and 3s have been more of BU coins. So this first handful there were more AU coins. This one's more of a BU coin. AU is almost uncirculated. BU is brilliant uncirculated. Of course, sometimes people say BU stands for butt ugly, but that's a different. That's some of the mail order companies. We're pretty sure that's what their BU stands for. All right. 59. So we're getting a few back into the 50s here in this group. 63, 59. Also, you notice this roll here, looking at the edges. Oh, so this looks like it might be a clad. By clad, I mean like a 1965. Look at that. You see these two here that have the darker rim to it? I was going to compare the edges to like these edges here. These ones are actually more uniform, the ones on my left hand here. But also, I wanted to point out that these coins have all been facing the same direction, which is what we'd call a mathematical improbability. So these are coins that were, you know, put together and stacked together, all together. All right, so I'm actually going to go ahead. We got all these Frankies. I'm going to see if I'm right about these two coins here. Yep, 67, 68. So the 40% coins from 65 through 70 have a funky look to them because when you see them compared to the other coins, they look like they might be clad, like they might just be copper nickel, because you can see kind of that copper section to the edge sometimes, especially on a new coin, a coin that's more of an uncirculated example. It actually has a physically different look to it than the 90% silver does. So just kind of a tip to your moms. Here we go. There was another one. Yep. Yeah. So now I'm just playing. So here we go with kind of the end of the video. I'm going to go ahead and glance through a couple of these. There's nothing. I'm not looking for varieties like some of y'all will. But you can all tell me, some of you watch coin roll hunting and like it, which is fine. And a lot of you probably don't. You're just kind of curious as to what coins look like when they come out of original rolls. So hopefully you're able to learn a couple little tidbits here today. But lastly, you can tell me if you think that I would that you want me to do things this way, or if you would have done it differently, which is to say, this roll, which says there's 28 pieces in it, pre-64 halves, it says 14 of them are pre-45. I am not going to open. I'm just going to put on eBay, and you guys can have fun with it. I do want results, though, if one of you guys wins this. Especially if you guys are actually on Instagram. I want you to open this on Instagram and tag me in it at the Coin Geek and at Old Pueblo Coin, and just go ahead. I want to see what's in there, but I'm going to let you guys figure it out. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Ben the Coin Geek. You can subscribe by clicking on the owl button in the corner and watch more videos on the right side of the screen. Thanks.